It's only a fool that will leave qualify and go to quality. Don't allow your present situation to limit you.
You were created with an assignment. You did not just come to this world to live like that. You are here to make an impact.
I speak on what I title, Who Are You in God's Sight? Ask your neighbor, who are you in God's sight? Now look at somebody face to face. Ask that person, how useful are you to God? What do you use most in your house? Water, gas. To those that like food, gas. To those that are clean, broom, mop, plate, spoon, packer, soap, sponge, slippers, oil, toothbrush. Don't blame others. Some have not even brushed as we speak now. Let me ask the men. The men, what do you use most? Car, phone. No, women like for more than men. No. Let's not go there. Money. Now listen, what do you need more? What is the most important to you on earth? Oxygen. Have you heard this name in Benin? Efeduwuyi. What does that stand for? Wealth cannot hold a dying man. A dying man will be crying, I don't want to die, please doctor, I will give you anything. But it's going. As important as your life, the air you breathe, as important it is to you, you are supposed to be important to God that way. After air, the next important is not money. The next important thing after health is water. I know money can buy water, is it not so? But there are times you will have money, you will see water to buy. Wake up in the night. If you doubt me, ask smokers. Once he bites them, even when it's 3 a.m., they will wake up. They will go and knock. Have you heard that from smokers? A man was crying. And what was the cry? He came to where he normally buy cigarettes for years. Are you getting me? Then after everything, the woman now carry and say, follow me. And after he say, see this house, I just built this house. Send that money where you see they buy cigar for me, and I build this house. Now lie. The woman now brought a book that he has been using to buy. I said, buy, go right and go right and go right and go right. He discovered that he has used the money to build house to smoke cigarette. Because he was an addicted smoker. Funny enough, these people, they'll tell you don't have money, but they must see money to buy. And they don't eat good food. Help me tell your neighbor, save your future now. So, who are you in God's sight? Let's look at John chapter 4, verse 34. Who are you in God's sight? Jesus said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Jesus said unto them. He was addressing the people. To a debtor man, the most important part of the food is the meat. Is it true? Before we start eating, we will test the fish or the meat. Sometimes the fish and meat will finish before the soup and the eba. Once the meat is finished, we will ask for extra soup. It's not really extra soup we are asking for. Is it true? And in Benin, the people I grow with, they will finish the food first before the meat. So to a Benin person, the eba and the soup is the most important before the meat. Hello. Now, when a debtor boy is eating with Benin people, they will say the debtor boy does not have respect. True or false? Why? They eat, he just they chop meat for where elders. We eating with elders, we cut first eba, second eba, never touch me. We will say, sir, we won't sell the meat. Because not eat and say, no, first touch and first. Once he pinch for his side, he has given us go ahead. I've been not be so. We'll use the bakari. They go, they look. So they go, you have eaten 4. How many meat there? Now 6. You don't chop for me, how many? 2. You don't see carrying one again. So Jesus said, my meat. Because the most important aspect of the food is actually the meat. You are going to work. The most important thing to you in that work is your salary. You are respecting your boss, not because he can beat you, but because of salary. Are you with me? You don't go late to work because you don't want them to reduce your salary. You must make sure you obey all these modus operandi in that office, in that company, because of your salary. You even know book more than the owner of that company. You have monzo more than everything. But you say sir to him because of what? So your meat in that office is a salary. So Jesus explained here that my meat on earth is to do what? Somebody say will. You must understand that word, the will of God. It is not your will. See, your will and the will of God may be incoherent. But as a child of God, you must be obedient to follow his will. The will of God may not be palatable, may not be pleasant, but you don't have any choice than to follow his will. That's why when Jesus was teaching the disciples to pray, he said, pray in this manner: Abba, Father, who art in heaven, thy kingdom come. That what? Thy will be done on earth, because the earth have its own will, but let your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. And look at the will done in heaven. Everything we know about in heaven is prayer. Good works, name them. When you pray to God and God will say, Angel Michael, go and Angel Gabriel, what was he looking for? Go and give him money. Angel Gabriel is the angel that brings good tidings. That was what last month angel went to give out good tidings. The 6th month was when Angel Gabriel visited Mary. Is it not so? It was on the 8th month, which is next month, the month of August, that Angel Gabriel was coming to the house of Daniel, where Daniel was asking for Angel Gabriel. But as he entered, the forces in the land where Daniel resides, they stopped Angel Gabriel, because Angel Gabriel is not the angel of war. Just like in all your children, there are some that they have different special. Are you getting me now? So it can be a doctor, lawyer. That is their destiny. One father, different children with different destiny. Angel Gabriel's destiny is to deliver good tidings. He does not know how to hold the sword to fight. Just like in the army, in the soldier, there are tailors, but they are soldiers. Is it not so? There are doctors, but they are soldiers. There are farmers, but they are soldiers. There are drivers, but they are soldiers. All of them wear uniform. But when it's time for war, there are people they put at the war front. True or false? Those are the combatants. They are trained for that. Everybody is trained for a special field. Ask your neighbor, say, what is your meat in the house of God? So, ladies and gentlemen, Angel Gabriel came to give the good news. The forces of darkness heard him. I wonder why people fear road safety past police. So, when Gabriel came, he was heard. For 21 days, Daniel was still praying. God have to send Angel Michael. Michael will be following your blessings from today. I just pray for somebody so that anyone that wants to stop the blessing, Michael will slaughter them. So lo and behold, Michael was released. Before Michael appeared, all the priests of Persia, they discharge. They remove. They've all gone. And Michael came with us, say, where are they? At Berlin. Say they don't run. So yeah. And Michael began to escort Gabriel, get to where Daniel was, and give Daniel the blessing. Say, let's go back to heaven. And they returned back. Okay, Michael followed and delivered the testimony. So the meat of Angel Michael is to slaughter every obstacle blocking the ears of God. Are you getting me now? The meat of Gabriel is to deliver the good tidings that God has sent him. Now Jesus came and said, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me. Listen, you didn't send yourself into this world. It was God that sent you. And your desire is to do the will of God that sent you. I said, but are you doing the will of God? Who are you in God's sight? Are you a rebel in God's sight? Or a loyal servant in God's sight? Who is a rebel? A rebel is somebody that turned down the will of God and begin to do his own will. A rebel is somebody that does not take cognizance of the purpose of God for his or her life. A rebel is somebody that is living for himself and not for God. The day you begin to live for yourself and not for God, from that day your name is removed from the book of those in God's agenda. So Jesus said, in this John chapter 4 verse 34, Jesus said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me. The will of God. And to do what? Everybody. And to finish his work. Please, let me ask you this question. While you were building your house, somebody asked, okay, you want to do a day job. And to set a day job, setting up blocks, a day job is 90 or 80. Depends on the size. Now, you now counted that he now set only 40 blocks. Will you pay him complete? Why will you not pay him complete? Because he did not finish his work. There are many people in the church, they will not receive salary from God because they have not finished their work. See, everyone was sent by God to work with him. Now, someone say, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. let me tell you how important the work is. Do you know, as a worker in the house of God, you are a worker with God? Can anybody that is not working in the bank go to bank and be paid salary? If somebody is working in your office, is your worker, but for about 3 months he did not come to work, will you pay that person salary? He did not send any letter or anything? You can even arrest the person based on the terms of contract that you have with the person. Are you getting me, somebody? So also it is in the house of God. God was warning us to return back to our work. It's beyond just coming to church. You must walk with God. Don't serve God with timetable. Next Sunday I will not be in church. Upper I will be in church. Listen, you cannot serve God and bite your hand. Oh, by the way, I go serve you, boy. You know that. Revelation 2 verse 4 and 5. Yes.
Thou hast left thy first love.
Because you left your first love.
Remember.
Therefore, where you have fallen from
whence thou art fallen. And repent.
And
do the first works.
Do what?
Do the first works.
Do what, everybody?
The first works.
Again?
The first works.
The first walk in winner. Do the first work. If you are an usher, if you are a choir member, return back. If you are a protocol officer, return back. Somebody say, do the first work.
Do the first work.
Say it louder.
Do the first work.
You don't come to church and fold your hands. Do the first work. Or else.
Or else. I will come unto thee quickly.
I will come unto you quickly.
And I will remove thy candlestick.
And I will remove your candlestick.
Out of his place.
Out of his place.
Except thou repent.
Your candlestick is your life. Anyone who fails to walk with God, God cannot walk with that person. Imagine somebody now, like I said just now, we just come to your company, he's not working with you. But anybody can form any name and form any ID card. Is it not so? So how can you say you are serving God? You say you are doing the will of God and you are folding your hands. And you expect a blessing. Surely sometimes you may receive some blessing, but not major. Are you getting me now? Somebody that is working with God receives salary. Somebody that visits God receives salary. Somebody that comes off her own receives salary. God prefer you when you are a dweller. Someone say dweller. You know, the psalmist says something. He said that I may dwell in the house of God for how long? Because those that receive the fattest blessing are the dwellers, not those that visit. Many people, they come to church to visit God. Who are you in God's sight? John chapter 9 verse 5.
You must walk the works of him who sent me.
Now, that was Jesus talking. John chapter 4 verse 9.
The Samaritan woman said to him, you a Jew, ask for a drink from me.
The verse 9.
A woman of Samaria. For Jews have no dealings with Samaritans.
There is no point. We are nothing concerned both of us together. Continue.
Jesus answered her.
And I said,
if you knew the gift of God, and who is it that is saying to you?
If you know the person asking you to give him water to drink now,
give me a drink. You would have asked him.
You would have asked me.
I would have given you living water.
I will give. Somebody say living water. I would have given you living water. Now return back now to 9:4.
We must walk the works of him who sent me. While it is day.
Yes.
Night is coming. When no one can work.
Sit down. Now we must walk the work of him that sent us. Why it is still day. Let me explain that day to you. The meaning of that word day, it means when you still have strength. When you can still trek. When you can still sing. When you can still move your body. While you were 15 years, are there things you can do that you cannot do now? That is it. We must do the work of him that sent us. Why it is still day. When you are still vigilant. When you are still valiant. When you are still strong. For the night coming when no man can walk. There are people right now to speak. They want to go out to preach, but they cannot again. True of us. They want to preach, but they cannot again. If some start too much, they will be in trouble. Father, in the name Pastor Layati go to la wo ekun iro egigire ro hello the next thing the prepare la o ma ise na ya zobo o agbe ko na hello for the night come where no man can walk. That's why the Lord said, remember the Lord in the days of your youth. You are still a youth now. You are still full of strength. Well, to me, my interpretation, if I see some 60 years old in Nigeria, they are still youth. Youth don't be by whether you don't marry or not. Young men are youth. You are youth, you are youth. So now that you are still valiant, Use your strength to do usher. Stand for God as an usher. Sing for God with your strength. Dance for God. What are you doing with your life? Who are you in God's sight? In the sight of when God sees you, who does he see? God may either be seeing a faithful and a loyal servant, or a rebel and a disobedient servant. Write it down. You are either a faithful and a loyal servant, or a rebel and a disobedient servant. Who is that faithful servant whom when his Lord, when cometh, shall find so doing? What does that stand for? Who is that servant that when the master will come, he will find that person abiding in the work of God? You will still be doing the work of God. Please ask your neighbor, are you working with God? I want to ask you this question. Who are you in God's sight? Ladies and gentlemen, enough of holding back your gift. So ladies and gentlemen, who are you in God's sight? Stand to your feet. Now that you receive this message, because God is ready to bless those that are walking with him. Your blessings come from Zion. It's beyond just coming to church. Come to church and get involved in a group.